Hello, my name's Andy and I'm a compulsive gambler. Last bet 14th of April 2007. Hi guys and girls, welcome to this week's vlog. I hope you're all doing well. If you're struggling, there is help and hope out there. Hopefully there'll be plenty of us on tonight and we can talk to each other through the live chat and give ourselves as much support as we can. My week, I've been back on days this week, so first couple of days all struggled with sleep and sleeping patterns, so I was a bit all over the place early on during the week when we sleep and stuff, but it's been alright. Talking to quite a lot of people, I've had quite a lot of messages this week with regards to people wanting help and talk, really, just someone to talk to. So I am forever free on BaronMad79 at Twitter. Stay anonymous if you like. Make up a new account with no name whatsoever or anything like that. Your anonymity is safe with me. I'll never break that kind of vow at all. But yeah, I've been alright. Busy as always, take daughter dancing, kids football, etc. and stuff and all like that. It was nice to get out yesterday on having a drink with my mates and stuff. We did a bit of an all day. I come home about 9:30 because I was getting pretty knackered, to be fair, and I had to be up early in the morning for my lads' football, so that was really good. Just doing normal things as always. Obviously, I'm over 12 years deep into my recovery. I can never become complacent because we do at times, especially in that first 6 months, 12 months. We think we might have it beat, might have it covered. And I've seen time and again in, like, when I've been to GA meets, especially when people have been going 6, 7 months and they just go off the radar, you don't see them for a while, then about a year or two down the line, they come back with a similar kind of story saying, yeah, I thought I beat it, I thought I cracked it, but they're back in the room worse than before with the debts and how low they're feeling and things like that. All I can say is keep striving to get that help, build up your network of people. Always talk to people about how you're feeling, them urges and stuff and all that lot as well. Never look for someone trying to do it for you, be it a tool or something like that. That has to come from you and your responsibility. Yes, things could be better with regards to treatment and stuff and all like that, but we are where we are currently. We have GA, we have GamCare, we have various other projects across the UK and stuff. Worldwide GA. I'm not totally clued up with stuff in America, Australia, or around the world, but there is help and hope out there. There is one worldwide app called Gambling Therapy. Get on there, there's live chat and live text on there to talk to somebody. If you're feeling low, feeling down, you're getting that urge, open up. Best thing to do is actually open up, talk to somebody, get you through that day. It's the best thing. Imagine having that hour where you're like bouncing off the walls, your urge to gamble is so strong. Instead of taking the easier way out and just going for a gamble, think about it. Breathe and do the second thing. Don't do the first thing that comes into your head, because ultimately that will be gambling. And you don't want to go down those shortcuts and roads and stuff again. How would you feel if you're there in that moment and you've gone back to them feelings again of gambling and stuff? Do you want to really go around in those vicious cycles, those loops all the time? You can make it out. There is life, there is hope, there is hope. For me, a normal day is going to work, taking my daughter dancing, taking my boys to football and stuff and all that lot. Doing normal things, paying bills. I'm trusted to pay the bills now and stuff and all that lot. It took me a hell of a long time to get there. It took me years and years and years to get to where I am now. I'm comfortable with my money. If I wasn't, I'd tell my wife or I'd tell my family, look, I'm a bit gropey about keeping hold of something. Can you look after it for me? That little bit of help can get you through. Hi Antonin, 120 days, that's fantastic, mate. Can't feel any better, that's a fantastic achievement, mate. Keep counting them days, day at a time, mate. You're doing fabulous. Just, like I say, just open up, just keep talking to people. Most people will relate to you who also has a problem, or however you describe yourself, be it compulsive, an addict, in recovery, ex-gambler, disordered. It doesn't matter to me, and I think there's too much on that trying to describe who you are. describe how, feel how you want to feel, believe what you want to believe in it, as in what you really are, what you truly are. You see me referring myself as a compulsive gambler or a gambling addict or former compulsive gambler. It doesn't matter to me at all. I nearly come up with a gambling term then, but I will refrain. But get there. It's all about reaching that help, getting that hope. It is strong to get there. Hi JL, hope you're doing well. I think we've had one or two little interactions before. Hope you're doing well and keeping fighting and going the day at a time and stuff and all like that. As I say, I mean, there's been a bit of news this week again with regards to gambling addiction in the UK, and I did one or two little radio interviews and stuff where they're going to be opening up gambling treatment to 13 to 25. Well, it was over 18 anyway for the NHS one in London for like the gambling treatment clinic, but they're opening it up to 13-year-olds now because kids gamble, especially in the UK they do, and obviously thank you very much JL, all good, but this is where I think education is key and vital. Obviously I think for me, when you hit 18 you want to go and gamble proper legally, like as in like casinos, bookmakers, online and stuff and all like that, you're kind of away already. You've not really got any of the thought process to think, oh though that could be dangerous. Give people an informed choice. Give kids an informed choice. Give adults an informed choice. End of the day, we have to be responsible for our own recovery. We have to be responsible if you're still gambling. If you're millions upon millions of people around the world gamble for fun, gamble within the means. Some of them don't gamble at all. It's not interesting to them. It's up to you. I think if we go down that road of censoring everything, and nannying everything, I just think it makes it worse and it's harder to get treatment for people. We have to take responsibility of our own actions at the end of the day, be it anything. Imagine me being an alcoholic and I've got behind a car and I mowed down a couple of kids. I'd be rightly punished. Same with gambling as well, smashing up something or robbing or anything like that. You have to take responsibility for the consequences of your actions, and there is a way out. You can make yourself better. Sometimes that's a light bulb moment. People end up in serious trouble with fraud and nicking and things like that, taking and feeding and things like that. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. I've spoken to many people who have got into so much trouble with the law regards gambling addiction. They get help eventually, but you've got to own that help, own your recovery, get there. Otherwise you're not going to recover. Look in that mirror and see, that's me, I'm a compulsive gambler and I need to do this. I need to face this fear of gambling. Stay away as hard as you can. Put as many layers of protection in place to stop yourself from gambling. Make it as hard as possible for you to gamble. Don't give yourself an excuse to gamble. It sounds easy for me to say that, but it's true. Look in that mirror, face your fears, face the facts that you have to own this. Nobody else can do it for you. Not a machine, not a bookmaker, not a family member, you. And if you don't think like that, you're always going to go back and gamble. It's hard, I know, and I totally empathise with it. And I had my slips before I eventually stopped in April 2007. But you can get there. Listening to other people's recoveries, reading other people's recoveries, going to my GA meetings and meeting new friends and stuff. I love to talk to as many people as I can, get me involved with others. Who's affected others here as well. Hopefully there'll be a few of you watching who's wondering what it's like to be in a mind of compulsive gambling addict. You might be worried about someone who you love, who you cherish, or like a best friend and stuff and all like that. Hopefully picking my brains makes it a little bit easier, because it's hard for people to understand. My wife still doesn't understand what I've done and what I've gone through, but she can see the signs of when I'm down and we need to have a bit of a chat. that I need to get to a meeting or I need to talk to somebody online or something like that. As I say, my recovery's got a lot better over the years. I'm relaxed. I look tired. That was down to last night, obviously, but I'm doing normal things. I can go out and have a drink with my mates. I don't have to worry about paying that bill, about lying about that bill, about buying cheap stuff for shopping and stuff and all that, because it was all my gambling money. I've got what I want without gambling. I've got a great wife. I've got loving kids who relate to me. And as I say, with regards to responsibility, what me as a father, if I didn't take responsibility of my actions, what kind of role model do I set to my children? I'm not brainwashed into anything. I believe firmly in rule of law, in addiction, trying to recover from it. It's our own personal journey. Hopefully there's quite a few of you watching at the minute, so feel free to pipe up on the live chat. It'd be nice to talk to quite a few and interact with a few people. Everything is anonymous if you like, or anything, or if you're wide open, feel free to talk. It'd be nice to get you on. I'm not going to go for an hour tonight. I'm going to do it for about an hour, or go for about half an hour, 35 minutes or so. I'm quite conscious of the fact Jeffrey Wasserman, who's on Twitter, he has a problem Skype meeting at 9 PM UK time. He is American. He is based in America, so you get people all over the world having like a bit of a problem gambler meeting. It's a bit similar to GA kind of meet, and it's on for 1 hour, and he does it on a Wednesday as well. So brilliant, Jeffrey. So feel free to get over to that. What I will do, I'll start posting links up of other people's vlogs and stuff like that. Gambling Sucks, he's out there sharing his journey and stuff. He's got a new microphone for his vlogs and stuff, so I hope that's working well. It'd be nice to meet some of you guys as well. What I might do in the week, my mum and dad are staying this week at my house because my wife's going away for a week on a residential trip with a school she works with. She's a teaching assistant. I might get my mum on for a bit of a chat and stuff and all that lot. You'll probably see her clip me around the ear roll and stuff and call me all the names under the sun. And it'd be nice for her to probably be opened up. I see what if she will, she might not. If not, I'll get my own man on again. That might be quite cool. But I like to have like fellow compulsive gamblers on, or gambling addicts, or however you want to talk yourself as well. It'd be nice to like have a bit of a story from somebody else and stuff. Sean, hardest thing well, it was the second hardest thing, because the hardest thing was to tell my wife, Sean. It was the hardest thing, but it had to be done. It had to be done. And you know what? It was a massive weight off my shoulders. Yeah, the reaction weren't great. You just like basically been bluffing all the way through my life for the couple of years previously to stopping, lying between back teeth. All the trust eroded in me when I told everything. It was the first time I've been honest for years and years and years. But it felt best. It felt all that pressure cooker off my chest. It come off all of a sudden. Got to bear in mind though, when you do tell somebody, you're passing on all your shit to them, basically. And it's their problem as well now, and you've got them in that predicament. But like I say, I still describe that time going to mum and dad to tell them straight after getting kicked out of the house by Becky, and that 10-15 minute drive with no radio on, and all I could hear was a death march in my head, because that's where I was going to end up after if I carried on gambling. Ended up to mum and dad's, told them, they went epileptic, raging, effing and blinding. But they knew I needed help, and they supported me ever since. Yeah, it took a while to get trust again. I had to have my receipts, check all my receipts, check all my finances, carried what I just needed for each day. Hi Doug, when did you owe any money? 60 grand I loaned in total, 4 credit cards, 2 unsecured loans and a secured loan on the house. I still got debt. I'm down to about my last 6,000-7,000. Still paying it off nicely, if you know what I mean. I can see, as you say, Sean. Hi, David. Hope you're doing well. You think that's why some people hide their gambling addictions to the grave, because they don't want to be a burden to others. And unfortunately, that's what happens with quite a few people. They do take it to the grave and stuff. It's the embarrassment and the shame, and the reason why I try and do these vlogs and the reason why I'm wide open with my recovery is to try and break that stigma, break that shame. As I say, people's anonymity is important as well. You don't have to tell me your name if you want to talk to me. That's fine. As you say though, Sean, it's that stigma there, embarrassment, shame. You think you're too much for your family or your wife or your husband or your brother and sister, friend or whatever. And unfortunately, people go down that road of suicide, and it's awful and it breaks my heart. As I said last week, it wasn't very nice to hear someone who I was talking to, I was interacting with, and unfortunately he passed away, killed himself, and it's a waste of a young life, and it's a horrible, horrible thing. And I kind of respect, even though I don't agree with some of what they do gambling with lives, but I respect the fact that they're trying to support the families and stuff and all that lot. They're like a charity based in the UK. They try and support families who are in bereavement with their loved ones and stuff and all that. We don't agree on everything, and that's fine, but we're friendly enough to debate stuff now and again, and it's good to talk and stuff and all that. As I say, I'm more recovery based and more education based and stuff and all that. I don't want to get into legal tips and taps of stuff, and I don't want to go campaigning or anything like that. That's just not for me really. I enjoy doing what I'm doing at the moment currently, and obviously with a bit of education tied in as well. I think that's the way forward, talking to everybody, including industry and stuff and all that. I want to prevent as many deaths as possible. One's too many for me, but everyone's got different ways, different ideas. We've got to respect all those opinions and respect people's beliefs and stuff and all that, and I'm fine with that. Okay, Doug? I always think stop, but as soon as I get somewhere I always think I can win it back. It's just a trap for your mind, I think. Doug, where are you based? If you're in the UK, have you tried to get any help at all before? Like GA, GamCare? Have you tried to use any blockers like GamStop or Gamban app? New bank accounts like Monzo or Starling, which help block gambling transactions? Just asking, and you don't have to tell me at all, but there is help and hope out there. If you're £30,000 in debt as well, it sounds a lot. There's also a free charity service called Step Change, who help act as a middleman to your creditors, and they can help budget what you can afford to pay back as well. That's a good kind of thing as well to actually have. Obviously, with you being on this YouTube channel today, that you are looking for help, you are trying to search for help, I would say you come to the right place in a way. I'm always here every Sunday for anything between half an hour and an hour. But get involved, talk to people. Obviously you probably need that help, if you know what I mean. Okay, Sean, yeah. I will pass that on to the Gamban guys, because I do know the guys who actually develop it and who made it and stuff and all that lot. So GamStop's a massive thing, if you know what I mean. As well, that's like the massive one in the UK. I used to think, alright, but realised whatever I did, the debt always just got, you can never win all your losses. And that's correct, David. Doug, as you say, that money's gone. It's been and gone. The only way that debt goes down is a day at a time. And a day at a time, further you away from gambling, that debt's only going to go one way, and that's down. It's not going to go back up. Chasing it will get it going back up again, up and up and up and up, and you're in that vicious cycle, get more and more debt, and you're stuck. There is help, there is hope. Antonin, no, I don't believe gambling should be banned whatsoever. As you say, millions upon millions of people in this country, I'm just going to talk just on a UK based kind of thing at the minute, is they gamble responsibly, they gamble for fun, they gamble within the means, they enjoy and gamble. It's a favourite pastime for them. My dad still gambles, my sister gambles, my mum has a little bit of a dabble on lottery and stuff and all that lot. Lots of people, millions of people just gamble for a bit of fun. You've got to remember, we are in the minority of people who are struggling with gambling. It's my problem at the end of the day, nobody else's, and that's the way I think you should see it. Hi Sean, was that my girlfriend who lives by just friend didn't work for 48 hours. Oh right, okay. Was that some sort of a blessing for you, Sean, I'd imagine? Good evening, everybody. Hi, Gambling Sucks. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm going. I wasn't too bad this morning. Bacon sausage sandwich sorted me out. Oi, oi, Mr. Davis. Are you doing well? Signed for a new club yet? Scott's on here. He's a good lad. He's got a very good story to tell. He works hard with education and stuff and all that lot. He's a very nice guy to talk to. He's got a heart of gold as well. Gives me a lot of jip and a lot of stick as well. Yeah, what, go to Chelsea, mate, because that's where he's ending up, Mr. Lampard. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk around Derby recently, obviously, again with Lampard probably going and stuff and all that lot. So I am looking forward to the football season in a way as well, because it has been a bit of a circus here and stuff and all that lot. Obviously Derby are sponsored by a gambling company and stuff and all that lot. And I had to make one or two little comments on radio stations this week about it as well, like on the local one in Radio Derby. Hi James, since I have self as well as self. Thank you, James. I really appreciate that. That's very nice. I really do appreciate you saying that. And it's humbling and brilliant, mate. Self-excluded yourself from Freebot as well as self-excluding yourself from Sky Bet. That's fantastic. Obviously, there's blockers out there and all that lot. No, I'm not doing an hour this time, Scott. I'm going to probably do about 35-40 minutes this time. I managed to do an hour last week. I don't think people want to keep listening to me hour upon hour, and it's a bit of a killer, if you know what I mean. But I thought last week's meeting was superb on here on the vlog. I had about 14-15 people, and it was great to actually be on and do it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I thought so, Scott. This is a stick I get off Scott quite a lot. Luckily, I know him too well, in a fashion and stuff and all that. I'm just waiting for his other mate to pop along and give me some jip as well. I'm sure he's probably already shaving his eyeballs, to be fair. But yeah, it's good to talk and it's good to have a bit of a joke, bit of a laugh and stuff and all that. And like I say, I enjoyed going out with mates yesterday and just catching up, chewing the fat and stuff and all that. And we got talking once or twice about people who are struggling and stuff and all that, with not just gambling with drugs and stuff, and former friends who are no longer with us or who are not seen for donkey's years. And end of the day, we've got our own lives, and we're all pushing 40 now. Some of us are over it, if you know what I mean. Scott, obviously, I had a young come to me. He doesn't want to go GA. Obviously, GamCare. Feel free to pass him on to me, Scott, as well. I'm more than happy to talk to him privately if you wish. Maybe one-on-one counselling might be the way forward. Depends where he lives. If he's in the northwest, you got Beacon, you got Craigheathen down south. One-on-one counselling works. It depends what he wants to make it work as well and stuff. Obviously, loads of stories and stuff as well to read online. Brum. Trying to think of what's around Birmingham and stuff and all that. I'll probably pushing towards GamCare is the gambling therapy as well. Gambling therapy app. Brum's, there is Gordon Moody as well. I'm not sure if they do a short, sharp tack kind of work with all that. Hi Chunky, hope you're doing well, mate. Oh, you've had a slip, but you're fighting on again. Keep fighting, buddy. You can get there. You know it. Here we go. Sean's got an idea. He's got Aquarius, and I have heard one or two people actually go there. That's supposed to be quite a good kind of a therapy meetings and stuff and all that. If you want to explain a bit more on here, sure, fire away. World's your oyster on the messages and stuff and all that. Feel free to talk about it, and maybe you could hook up with the lad Scott. I know Sean's on Twitter, mate. If you want to pass on, and I think Sean will know more than me. I don't know a hell of a lot about Aquarius. I've heard of it, and I know one or two people who've gone through there and stuff and all that. If he's on social media, maybe Sean, put your Twitter handle up, and then Scott might be able to take it off you. If anybody's got your social media to share, feel free to share it in the live chat. Build up your network. Hi mate. I'm going to say your name, Cheesy. And if you're going to put your blocks in place, Gamban, and there is GamStop. I know people are having a bit of problems with Gamban at the minute, but it's GamStop as well. And also the multi-operator self-exclusion scheme, Moses. If it's all online, GamStop will help you. You can refer yourself for 5 years on there, and they'll block pretty much every gambling site in the UK and everything. And if you can get yourself away from all that, that'd be great. Cheers, Scott. Appreciate that. Cheers, Sean. Really good of you. Very nice. How you feeling now at the minute, Cheesy? Have you gambled for a while at all or anything? Just wondering. It's nice to see everyone trying to talk to each other and trying to support each other. It's great to see people. Gambling Sucks is on here in a minute. He's got his own YouTube channel as well at the minute, doing a load of pre-records. It's good to see and stuff and all like that. Scott, you might be interested. I've got my mum and dad down here this week, so I might do a bit of a pre-record vlog with my own man again, or my mum as well. So that might be a good one to enlighten and give me a load of shit and stick with and stuff and all like that. But it's always nice to see it from another perspective, who the people who you've affected others, and how they react and how do they feel when I first came out as a compulsive gambler. Okay, you still gamble? Have you been for any help at all anywhere, Cheesy, at all? Apart from like coming on the channel and talking to me privately and stuff. There is help and hope out there. There is Gamblers Anonymous, but if that's not your cup of tea, there's GamCare in the UK. Also Break Even and stuff and all like that. Hi Adam, I hope you're doing well, mate. I haven't seen you for a bit. I think a couple of weeks. It's probably all about, James, breaking that habit, breaking that cycle, changing that mindset for yourself. Is there anything else that you quite enjoy doing, so to speak? Is there anything you want to, is there anything like a different habit, like running or playing something or something like that? That's fantastic, Sean. Thank you for your advice there. So anyone in the West Midlands, if you look at that, Aquarius do quite a lot of stuff. So it might be, if you can share that their website, Sean, that'll be great, mate. I really appreciate that. A great job, pays well, but can you get somebody to look after your money, Cheesy? Or you can change to a new bank account. If you try Monzo, they can block gambling transactions for you. And if you get that urge and then you want to try and change it back on again, get on you have to actually phone them up to say like, I want it changed off and stuff, and they'll probably try and persuade you not to, so to speak, if you're having a problem with gambling and stuff and all that. Brilliant, Adam. 33 weeks, no gambling. All good, mate. Yeah, I'm all good. A bit tired from yesterday, but I'm alright. That's fantastic, David. Fantastic. Like I say, Adam, fantastic achievement, mate. It's nice to see you going well and keep spreading the word, mate. You're doing fantastic. Absolutely amazing. If there's any lurkers on here, feel free to talk, you know what I mean? But the question, it is worth it, Sean. As I say, I know a lot of people who swear by it, and it is a lifesaver for them, and it's helped resist that urge. As many barriers as you can put in place, as many layers of protection, do it. It's an amazing kind of thing to use. And obviously I've got quite a few people maybe from around the world as well. What other kind of barriers do you have in place around the world? Do you have stuff like we do in the UK, like GA or GamCare and stuff? I know GA is quite prevalent in the US, Canada, I know it's in Australia a lot, Ireland and things like that. And just, if you're like from the Scandinavian countries and stuff, because I know it's quite big in there as well. How you doing, Mark? Hope you're doing well, mate. Nice to see you on here, buddy. Fantastic to see you again, as always. Yeah, I can second that. GamStop is amazing, like you say. It took me forever. It is so worth it, yeah. Worth persevering. I know people who probably give up after the first, second attempt, think, balls to this, go gambling again and make yourself even worse. Would you rather persevere with that to make sure you stay away from gambling? If you'd probably do like 3 or 4 attempts. If you got stuck trying to gamble, trying to like have 3 or 4 attempts to get on the website, and you're still persistent, if you know what I mean. Hi Jay, I recently started the gym and big glad to put it. Look forward to something. I enjoy going to sport, but nothing else really. Okay. What kind of barriers do you have in place again, James? I'm just going back a bit. Sorry. Have you looked for a lot more help as well? Obviously, you're on here as well, which is fantastic. Like I say, get yourself out in that gym. If you're feeling like the urge to gamble, talk to somebody or hit that gym. Apologies, good Steve. Excuse me. But yeah. but nothing else really. Those sporting events, is it something that you can really get involved in within the sporting event? Like, I don't know, like working with it within it or something like that, or a bit of voluntary work, so to speak. I've started to do a little bit of, I'm looking to get a bit of voluntary on working in Derby, hopefully, and on a Saturday night for a couple of hours a month. Just being part of a cafe where it's like for mental health. People want to come in, drop in for mental health, to talk about it and stuff. That's a clever idea, Sean. It's whatever your recovery is. It's your recovery. You own it. It's however you feel at the end of the day. However you feel. If you feel good and doing that, that's fine. That's brilliant, Mark. Hopefully you got all your blocks in place to stay away from gambling and stuff and all that, because it can get quite funny. I remember going to a greyhound track about 5-6 years into my recovery. It was from my brother-in-law. Well, he's now my brother-in-law. It was his stag do and stuff and all that. I didn't take no money with me. I had no card with me, and my old man was there anyway. So as long as I got all my barriers in place, I was quite comfortable. David in the chat, that's right. I can't enjoy watching it without pointing about it. It's horrible. I find that. Oh man, I know it's hard, James. Can somebody actually look after your money at all? Anyone can like help look after it, like look after your cards and stuff, and just carry what you need for each day. I know it sounds childish and stuff, but sometimes going back to being like a kid with it all and stuff is probably one of the best things you can do. Brilliant, Sean. 113 days with your money, with what you do. That's fantastic, mate. Amazing, mate. JL, brilliant. 30 days without gambling. Superb, mate. Is to the next day and the next day and the next day. Sean, great achievement. Brilliant to see everyone talking to each other and getting on with it, if you know what I mean. Really strong and change your mindset. As you say, change your mindset. Does anybody else know about your gambling at all, James? For me, like I say, as I mentioned earlier, it was the hardest thing to do was tell my wife and tell my mum and dad. But I felt a breath of fresh air. It felt like I can really start my recovery properly, even though I had stopped for about 6 weeks. And it was the hardest thing I did with like trying to do it on my own. I knew I couldn't do it on my own, so people had to know in the end. It's however you want to recover. As Mark says, block from everything. Make it as hard as possible for yourself to gamble. Monzo account for a bank account, that can be really good for you. As Sean says, ring up Central Self-Exclusion booking team and self-exclude from every shop in your town, city. It will help. You've got to make it work for you. End of the day, it's your recovery. You need to own it, so to speak. I'm going to go on for a couple more minutes now, but I think I'll probably go for like next week again. Probably every other week I might try and do an hour, and then like mix and match every other week, do an hour, and then probably do half hour, 35 minutes like I'm doing today. Keep sharing your stories of hope. Talk to each other, network with each other, build up as many people as you can talk to who've got the same mindset, who have got gambling addiction. You can never have enough people to be on that phone to just talk to, have a message with. Amazing achievement to everyone who's struggled away. If you've had a slip, you go again. Think positive, that money's gone. Don't chase it. Because if you chase it, you're going to keep going back and back, and you make yourself spiral until you hit that rock bottom. Keep fighting, day at a time. You can make it out. I'm going to sign off now. Thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate all the questions and all the talk on here and stuff. Okay, James. Feel free to message me privately, James. It'd be great to have you on. Hi DK, I'm going to sign off in a minute. Used to do lots of to do something on Twitter and that helps, but just getting out of that mindset of needing to put a bet on to watch it. Yeah, as you say, James, maybe a bit more writing. Do a lot of writing. Take your mind off it. Maybe start a diary. How you're feeling each day, and write down your feelings and thoughts. Even if you do gamble, then you can remind yourself when you get that urge. You think, I don't want to feel that bad that day again. Maybe a diary might be helpful too. If you're good at writing and stuff and all that, you can clear off Sean for saying that. You're blocked now. I'm only kidding, mate. All good. Thank you very much for everyone to be on. maybe Monzo account might be the next best thing for you. Move all your bank into Monzo. Have a bit of a Google, James. Have a look on there, websites and stuff, and you can get blocks on your gambling. Get GamStop. Maybe Monzo bank account might be for you. Then you can control your money better. You can block all your online gambling and stuff and all that, like all your online gambling transactions and stuff. Which tattoo, mate? That one. What? Is it that one? Or the day at a time one? That's day at a time. That's from like the gambling kind of thing. That is basically. But that one, if it is that one, it's in Greek and I did a silly thing. And it says, if you can't remember, it didn't really happen. I would do stupid tattoos and stuff and all like that. Because my surname's actually of Greek origin, and I just thought, why not do it in Greek? I'm just a daft bugger half the time. Right, I'm going to sign off now. If anyone wants to privately message me on Twitter, it's at BaronMad79. You can Facebook messenger me as well. I won't take friend requests. I very rarely do. Barely on Facebook anyway, as it is. But if you go on the Facebook Messenger, I'm on there, and I'm part of a couple of gambling addiction recovery places as well on Facebook as well. So you probably see my name potting on about on there with quite a few Americans, Australians, and people around the world and everything like that. So signing out. Thank you for coming on. I'll be back for an hour special next Sunday, and maybe have a pre-record in the week. Cheeky mark. Take care, guys. My name's Andy and I'm a gambling addict. Last bet 14th of April 2007. Bye, guys.